So this is a time for letting go, of moving away from something that you might have built up. And you're realizing there's a period in our life where sometimes we build something up, we create something, we start moving towards something, and we create that foundation for it, but then we realize along the way that it's not for us anymore, and that can be part of the process of creation of the soul. So I'm getting that there's something that you've built up, that you've started to create, and it's not emotionally fulfilling you anymore. And so now in March 2024, you're actually moving away from it, abandoning it. And so give yourself that space to see things that aren't aligned with you and that you need to walk away from. Like, don't try to feed things that are literally draining you, where it's literally just a funnel and you're trying to fill it like a cup, but there's no bottom, so it just keeps draining. Consider that in regards to things in your life. You're moving away from things, and this can be like things are coming up that you're going to realize those things don't align with you anymore. Because judgment is a cleansing, a healing energy where it shows us, I always say this, but judgment for me, I orientated towards, and I'm not a religious person, but I orientated towards the judgment day in the Bible, because it's essentially, I mean, God, whatever God is, even God himself built up something and then he realized, okay, this isn't working. So then he just like cleans it all out. He like creates a or there's like a flooding that happens, which is meant to cleanse out and clean out and start over, a clean slate. Of course there's like other things that are going on. It's mostly like God being pretentious and being like, no one's fucking listening to me and I'm going to wipe out half of what I built. I'm not going to go on a religious spiel, but that's what judgment is. It's basically like things are coming up, and it can also, judgment can be like, have you learned the lessons? Like, it can be our Saturn return where we're given a time to reflect. Like, judgment isn't about just going through your day. Judgment is literally an angel, your guys coming down, and they're like, checkpoint, let's do a reflection. Where are you in your journey? Judgment also, it can be like you're getting a wake-up call of what you need to walk away from in order to center you, get you back on track on your path. Whatever you're moving away from that's not emotionally fulfilling you, you have to remember that even if you're walking away from something and there is a detriment where you build up something and then you have to walk away from it. So if you're the type of person that needs to complete things even when you don't have that emotional fulfillment, this can be detrimental for you in regards to emotions and just accepting to let go, to surrender to the angels, to your higher being that's kind of has to honk the horn to wake you the fuck up to reality. But the point is, the Eight of Cups, you're moving away from something that's not emotionally fulfilling you, that will lead you, Ace of Pentacles, to potential of manifestation of something physical, of money, of wealth, of abundance. So you're moving away in March 2024 from what no longer fulfills you to your path of abundance. And I see the Tower at the back of the deck, so this tells me that there's something in your foundation. The fact that we have the Eight of Cups and the Tower. Eight of Cups is about moving away from something that you built up. The foundation is being built up, and you're realizing like, oh shit, like, I don't actually give a shit about this. Like, why am I concerned about it? Like, I don't actually care. It's like you're working, you look out the window, or like you're listening to people at work complain about something, and usually in the past you've like had your coffee with them and you chatted and you kind of played the game of just complaining about every day. But then you realize one day you realize, oh shit, I don't actually give a shit. Like, what the hell am I doing? And you walk away. The Tower happens because we have an epiphany where the destruction of what no longer is working, and you're moving away into abundance. the star, this is a healing energy, because judgment is also about healing. This flag symbolism is in regards to healing, lifting the floodgates. It can be detrimental, as it can also be like, pay attention to what's coming up from the past, like what's being lifted from the past, because in traditional tarot, judgment is literally people coming up from the dead. So consider like what's coming up from the past that doesn't align with you anymore. So I feel like maybe like what's dead is trying to come up, and it's just like you need to move away from that shit. You're moving away from what no longer emotionally fulfills you into abundance, into an opportunity. So look at the opportunities you have. Look at what's coming from your subconscious to your conscious, what's being lifted from the dead, or like literal people that are like in your past and you forgot about, and then there's suddenly coming up. Like all of this, you moving away from this, you aligning to your path, to your divine path, with the guidance of your angels or whatever you believe in, you're going to gain like opportunities. And aces are about like new things coming. It's the potential. Look at what's coming up, and this is your opportunity to recognize what's not aligned with you, 8 of Cups, and walking away from that, or what is aligned you, and walking away from something and walking towards those opportunities. And the star, this is going to be a very healing aspect. It's also about the North Star, like your North Node, like your North path. So it's going to be very healing for you, Aries, in March 2024, to walk towards your North path, to align to your path of what you are meant for. And that path is going to be very healing. Can be, look at your North Node and Chiron, because Chiron is in regards to our wounding, and when we heal that wounding, often we are, as when we start seeing signs and synchronicities of alignment to our true path, because we are healing those things that need to come up in order for us to start living our true path, our true north, the North Star. So look at what needs to be healed, what's coming up. This isn't just like people, things, situations. This can be like what you don't see in regards to like things that you have been avoiding, things that you saying, oh, I really should be doing inner child work, and this is the time that's going to come up. And it's really taking that opportunity to realize, like, when you take that time, when you give yourself the time to do that, to connect to yourself at a deeper level, all that garbage is actually going to lead you to a higher purpose. It all leads to a higher purpose in order for you to get your manifestations, your abundance, your alignments to a higher truth and higher wealth. So you have to consider that healing that aspect is actually going to lead to wealth. It's going to lead to alignment of abundance. What is being healed for Aries, March? Jesus. Ooh, right on. Did you see that little boop, plop? I always love when these type of things happen. But yeah, listen to your intuition. This definitely tells me this has to do with what's being healed is your subconscious. What's being healed is something deep within your subconscious that you're not listening to, and that is actually going to be the alignment to your higher self, divine angels, like whatever you believe in, guides, God, deities, Lucifer, whatever, that is going to actually align you. All that garbage that's coming up that you're avoiding, your high priestess. High priestess isn't just like our intuition and like, so yeah, listen to your intuition this month. It is definitely going to align you to your subconscious, and connecting to our subconscious. There can be a time of judgment where things need to come up in order to filter out. Prepare for a short journey this month, Aries. And the owl is associated with the high priestess because it has to do with the moon. The owl only comes out at night, so it's about that subconscious knowledge, that night knowledge that only comes out at night, that only comes out, that parts of us that we hide away, that we try to push down deep. The owl is associated with that divine knowledge the divine guidance. And so good advice from, you might get good advice from a wise person, but the wise person can be you. The wise person could be a literal angel coming, not literally, I'm not talking about schizophrenic, but I'm saying like you might get a higher intuitive call from an angel or from a guide or some inner knowledge that comes through on what your path is. A literal angel in regards to judgment, like coming down and tooting their horn. And you will be taken care of in difficult times, staff. Let's get one more for Aries. It says karma, you will reap what you have sown. So that definitely has to do with judgment, because judgment can also be about, have you done the lesson? Have you dealt with the karma? Because our lessons that we deal with in the 3D comes from karma. If we don't learn the lesson in this life, we're going to learn it in the next life, in the next, and the next, and the next. Wheel. This has to do with the Wheel of Fortune. You might be experiencing indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. So take that moment to connect to your high priestess energy, to connect to your intuition. But also the wheel can be about just rolling with it. It can be about transportation, because we use wheels as transportation to move from one place to the other. So this can be movement in March for you, movement, inner movement. And because wheel can also be associated with the Wheel of Fortune, so things will be turning around for you.